Okay, so we grew up on the water, and we lived a very inspired life, because there's nothing more exciting than getting on the water and having fun.
So, as you guys probably all have memories of being on the water, we grew up on the water, obviously, fishing, sailing, scuba diving, kayaking, things of that nature. We wanted to share this with everyone else. And actually, this is Vicky's husband, Mike. He's actually a fishing captain here, or actually in Charleston.
So later in life, we, like everybody else, you just get really busy. I'm really loud. You get really busy with your business and your life, and it's just very hard to jump back on a boat because you don't have that kind of free time. So when you're traveling to different markets, then many times I get out of that corporate meeting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd see the water and I'd see the boats going by, and I just wanted to be on that boat that just rode by.
So what we decided to do was take a closer view of the industry and figure out how to do it better.
And so what we learned is there's really no way to know who a captain is, if they're good or if they're not. They price the same in the markets generally for fishing or for going out on trips. You don't know if you're getting a $125,000 boat like a Shearwater or a $15,000 boat when they show up. So it's always that surprise element when they appear. And you're like, that's what I just booked. And so that's one of the things we want to help.
Also, being a tourist, when you're in a new city, you rarely carry cash with you. Well, what we also found out is that only 1 in 40 captains actually take credit cards. So what this does is that it decreases, obviously, the revenue that the captains are making, but really what it does is you, as a consumer, it really takes away that ability for you to get on the water and to go out on a boat and enjoy those memories. So you end up doing something else.
So they're not online. They're not tech guys, they're outdoors guys. And so being outdoors guys, a lot of them don't own computers. So it's very difficult for them to be able to compete in a world that's very much online and mobile.
So when you do finally, or you do try to call them, the good captains are on the water. So you end up playing phone tag all day long. You end up doing something else. You take carriage rides, you go to the aquarium, you take ghost tours in our city anyway. So you end up just doing a lot of other things, which, you know, the captains think that they're competing against each other. They're really competing against all of the other activities in the city. So we wanted to help them out.
And so we figured out there had to be a better way. With all of the things that you can do with technology, this should also be something that you can very easily just get out there and do.
So what we did is we actually created a complete management system for the captains, which would help them connect directly with the consumers.
So if you understand captains, they have paper calendars, and they're like, let me get back to my truck, I'll let you know if I can take you or not when you do reach them. And so what we did is took the calendar and put it on a mobile phone, so their whole office is on their phone, and we manage their whole office for them. So we're basically the bridge between the captain and the guest. We do all of the technology back end. Most of them are single owner operators, and they're not really able to manage their back end. So we do everything, including their marketing, their sales, their accounting, their finances, and manage their schedule and bookings for them.
Yeah. And the captain's feedback has really been incredible. We actually have over 450 captains to date. We are in 58 cities in 23 states in 5 countries. We have over 70 yachts at this point, and we're just now 11 months old.
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
So what we do is create a marketplace situation to where you can go pick a city. We don't put the cities up there until we have enough captains in the city to make sure you don't come up with an empty city when you pull it up. So once we have enough captains in the city, you pull the city and the dates, it comes up with what you have. Once you choose the start time, it shows you the picture of the boat and the captain and more information about what they're doing. And you can narrow it by the type of trip you want to take or by the boat size. And where most people think it's about fishing, really the market is only 20% fishing. It's 80% other activities on the water.
So now, when you go to a city that you've never been to before, you've only been to once or twice, you get up, it's nice and sunny outside, you want to get on the water. You actually now can get on the water. You can call, or actually, sorry, you can get online, and you can get on the water in 3 hours. So you can get online in the morning and be on the water this afternoon. And that's what we've created, because we do have we have the captain's schedule tied to this whole entire system.
So before we built this, we actually started in Charleston and did it with the hotels there. And the hotels immediately said, so there's something else for me to sell my guest other than this. So they were excited that there were new amenities that they could offer their guests. And the client feedback from the guests of the hotels has been really great. They love what they're doing. They love the fact they can get out there and have that great quality experience while they're in Charleston, or a lot of other cities now.
So we created a lot of partnerships for many different reasons. A few of them I think are going to go over here.
So one of the main things that our software does that's a little unique is that we manage a multiple of things. We manage multiple captains, locations, trip types, skill levels, and so it's a lot of moving parts. And then at the end of that, we can manage larger organizations. So one of the larger organizations we partner with was an exclusive with U.S. Sailing. In some of the locations, they may have 15 captains, and some of them may have 150 instructors. They have a lot of boats, and there's 125 locations. It is about a 60 to 100 million in sales, gross sales, and we will net somewhere around 6 million off of that. So very soon you can go to their national site and look for sailing classes. So if you're sailing around the world, you need to get a U.S. sailing license. It's like a passport. So if you want to go to Greece with your vacation, with your family, with this certificate, you can go without a captain.
And last week, we actually went to a conference for the Maritime Education Standards Council. C School is one of those schools that attended. There's actually 40 schools. They represent over 160 locations total within MESI. C School actually has 12 locations right now. They're expanding to another 4 locations. They're also expanding to 4 online courses that they're going to be teaching, and we just signed an agreement with them to be able to advertise to all of their students. They actually graduate 12,000 students a year. About 60% of those are charter captains, which would be our focus group, and they are going to actively promote that. If we just do their starter package, which would be their website, getting them online, that profit to us would be in the range of about $3 million a year, and that's not including all the trips that they would book with us. So that's not including the transactional costs and things of that nature. So that's just one school alone. That is the biggest school within this organization. There's another deal that we did with one of the smaller schools, which has one location, and that's another $900,000 to us for just that one school with their graduates, with just the websites alone that we developed for them.
Okay, so we've actually gathered 20 strategic partners, and strategic partners help us in a lot of ways, mainly to give benefits to captains and also to help these partners out as well.
So there's a couple different ways that we go after strategic partnerships. One of the first ways, I'm talking really loud.
It's great.
Okay. It sounds like it's really loud here. Services. So we provide insurance. As you know, a lot of small businesses can get many types of insurances. So we partnered with Geico. Geico represents, as you know, they're one of the largest automotive and motorcycle insurance companies. Well, they're also one of the largest maritime insurance companies. So Boat US, Towboat US, and Seaworthy, they represent those companies. And so Geico actually represents that. So they actually provide us discounts anywhere from 15 to 40% off boat insurance. So this is something that as a single owner operator, they couldn't get this before. So this is just one example of a service contract that we've been able to acquire.
So another arena that we go for strategic partners is marketing, because we realize it's about reaching the consumer so the consumer knows who we are. So Guy Harvey is an online presence. They have online magazines. Their shirts are sold in stores. They have their own retail stores. They're a pretty big outlet, and they partnered with us on a rev share for helping us market with a book now. They've also helped us with marketing reach to captains, and we've branded their captains on our pages. The one, so if you're a consumer and you want a book and you want to know if a captain's good, you can say this one's endorsed by Guy Harvey.
And the third thing that we've done is partnered with manufacturers, Yeti being one. Some of you guys might know who Yeti is, some of you might not. It's more centrally located, I think, in the southeast, but there's many different manufacturers, and really what we're doing here is providing benefits for captains, decreasing their cost of doing business. So anything that they use, it also reaches out to the consumer. So anything that the captains actually use, consumers will see that and want to use the products that the captains are using. So we're providing discounts and data, really.
Which helps the captains stick with us because
Right.
we're offering them benefits beyond the services. So why would you partner with us?
You partner, they partner a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons is it's the same target audience. They're really going after the same target audience. And I'll give you an example of one of the things that we're doing. Declan here from Gateway has actually offered to be one of the beta sites for us to test at the NASCAR event here next weekend. So we actually have a tent here next weekend, so please come on out. And we have a booth here, and we're going to be showcasing EZWaves here at the Motor Speedway for the NASCAR event.
Another one that we offer is benefits for captains, like we talked about. We've cut deals with these guys to where if captains run a certain amount of trips on our site, then they're agreeing to give them discounts anywhere from 15 to 50% off of products that they use every day.
The third thing, is industry data. So we not only collect captains' information, we also collect consumer information. So in the past, manufacturers, service organizations, people like that, they sort of did that shotgun approach. So they would sort of mass market everything. Well, now they're going to know who is actually buying their product because we have that data. They're going to know exactly who to market to. And we do a lot of marketing to that specific group of people. So really it's a big data play at this point.
Another thing that we have, some of the bigger companies ask us if we'd be willing to do surveys with our captains about new products they want to bring to the market, about their uses of products, about whether they felt like there was a need for a new product they were looking to develop. And we told them we'd be more than happy to survey our captains for them.
Yeah. And like we said, it's a direct consumer reach. They're able to actually go out and really reach that specific consumer in that specific market that they're wanting to reach. So if they want to reach someone in Florida specifically, we know exactly who in Florida would be using their product. So that's another reason they want to partner with us.
So for branding opportunities, back to that slide, which I thought you never know if a captain's good or not. A lot of these companies have captains that they verify that these are my captains, these are captains I endorse, these are pro captains on my team. They've been very gracious to give us their list of captains. They've given us 10,000 captains that we're working actively to get onto our system right now. But that has branding opportunities, so when you're trying to book as a consumer, you can look and say, okay, it's pro captain. You click on that and say, what makes that captain a pro captain? And that helps you have some assurance that you're going with someone that somebody else has gone with, and they know it's a good captain.
So what is the market opportunity? It's actually pretty large. The market itself is $37 billion industry. So I mean that's a pretty large plate at this point. There's over 400,000 captains and guides, and the amount of adults that participate in boating and fishing activities was 88 million. That's from 2013. That's the latest data that we can find.
So we're a little ahead of the curve on the other companies that are coming into the market on the services and the complete package that we offer. This is our team. They're all boating advocates. They've grown a few more since then. Lisa obviously runs operations, but she has a strong background in procurement, operations, and also lifestyle management for over 15 years. My background was also in operations management, but I also am an avid boater, and I used to teach entrepreneurs to launch and grow businesses. So then when I launched in Charleston, I grew to 60 captains that I had managing in Charleston. Then I bought the sailing school, and then now we have this because I was doing Google Docs and spreadsheets and calendars, and it was quite interesting to start your day that way. This is our team of advisors, and we've been very blessed to find advisors that have great experience to bring to us. Scott has built and sold 3 software companies in the past. Sean Ryan has also been heavily involved in software and has $3 billion exits with companies that he's taken out. David Laurie has been 28 years on the online travel industry and has been very valuable when we're first getting started about rules and guidelines and what we're doing. And Steve Gerlich, who is actually here today, so I'm going to embarrass him. Steve is awesome. He's got experience internationally as well as in the U.S. with a wide range of experience in a ton of businesses. And every time I talk to him, there's one more tidbit that I didn't realize he was involved with. So it's like peeling back the onion. He's got so much to bring to us as far as experience and help, and we really appreciate it.
So what does our future bring, or what does our future hold? Well, we know that we came into it as software as a service. Well, we really are a platform as a service, and the other platforms that we are looking into at this point are things like safaris, resorts, really any outdoor activity. And so we can really take this across the board with any outdoor activity, not just boating.
And so the ask. So we came here looking for money and resources and help and all of those great things. And we were very blessed the first night we were here to meet an investor, and we've closed the round of investment on this round right now. So right now we're covered. So we appreciate that.
So thank you, Stadia, by the way.
Yeah, and we've met some amazing people that have not only believed in us to invest in us, but have also helped us with serious connections on that. So there's still ways you can help us. First of all, we may come back later for another round, you never know. And second of all, here's how you can help us.
You can help us spread the word. And there's several ways that you can do that.
So we're looking for contacts for partnerships and for captains and for consumers. So whether it's services, marketing, or any of these industries that we went through earlier, that you've got contacts that may be interested in working with us, we would love to reach out. We're not a company that lets grass grow under our feet. We move fast, and we're very dedicated to what we're doing. And sleep is just overrated when you start.
So we're looking for contacts for our customers, which would include anybody in the resort industry, marinas, sporting goods stores, captains, manufacturers. So if you guys have any contacts in those arenas, that is what we're looking for. We'd love to talk to you about that after the presentations are over, during the, I guess, the happy hour part of this, or lunch hour part of this. So please feel free to track us down. We'll track you down, don't worry.
Yeah, we're coming back.
and we're definitely coming back.
So we'd like you to join us on the journey. So part of it goes back to why we do this and why captains do this. And so it's a lot about taking the kid out for the first time fishing, or getting away from electronics and getting into having quality time with the family, which is harder and harder to have nowadays. But everyone has these memories they remember forever. And we like to spread that around to a lot more people. And it's also the captain's passion. We'd like to help them. So again, I'm Vicki Waller, and this is Lisa Dancing.
And thank